Well, hey, beauty, it's time for M&M Stress Therapy. And this is a little bit different this time because it's around the holidays. And the magical word for today, and I call it M&M Stress Therapy because it's words that begin with M to remind us of ways to reduce our stress. And so there's a lot of stress going on in our world. There's so much happening that is so stressful and so painful, but also a lot of celebration and joy. And it's that thing, both and, where we have everything happening at once. And the M word for today is menu. It's all about what we eat and how we treat our bodies with the food that we eat. And so it's always encouraging to just think about the nourishment that you need to be healthy, but to have energy to get through the stress of the day. And I want to remind you to use tapping. Find all the tapping videos that I have for you and everything I have on my website so you can learn to use it more and more, because you can literally walk around and tap on one point while you are voicing or saying to yourself how frustrated you are, how stressed you are, whatever is going on, and you will instantly lower that stress level. So as we walk through these holidays, or if you're racing through them, I'm between trips right now, and it's kind of the idea of just stopping for a moment, checking in with your body, and asking, what is it that I need? Let's start with water, because that's moisture is the other M word. But start with that. Whenever you're feeling kind of hungry or you're craving something, drink water first. Your body always needs water. So even if it's just a couple of sips or a whole glass, treat yourself to that. Use me while I silence my phone. And so begin with water, but then think about, what else does my body need today? Just check in. How much protein am I getting? How much whole goodness am I getting? Fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, nuts and seeds. Think about, I love this part because if you know me, you know I'm all about color. Just take a look at everything in the cover of my book and all the color around me. Is to eat your colors. I heard this from a nutritionist years ago. She was sitting in the salon where I worked, and I'm over there doing hair on one end and down on the other end. I overheard this nutritionist say, always eat your colors. It's like eat the rainbow. Take a look at how much green are you getting. Look at your yellows and oranges, your reds, right? Your blues, all of them are in the food groups. And it can be so simple, but also so, sometimes it's like, oh heck, I just want to defrost something and microwave something, right? And we can do that. But plan your days just like you plan everything else. You are planning what you're going to feed people, what you're going to buy for gifts, what you're going to do with your days. When will you go see the lights downtown? When will you go to church or temple? When will you do these different things? Where is the food? Yes, there are buffets and there are cookie parties and desserts. There's all that. Give yourself permission to have that. But give yourself the nurturing you need too. Plan to have some whole food in your day. Allow yourself to have the sweet stuff too. If you're nourishing yourself with the good food, you won't be so prone to eat so much of the things that we know can really steal our energy. Yes, sugar is energy, but it also steals from you as well. I am definitely one of those who gets, if I have one thing that's sweet, I want the rest. It's really interesting. So I have to use tapping to keep from doing too much. And actually, I have a whole course on tapping for weight loss or weight management. And there are tapping scenarios for before going to a party, for drinking wine, whatever. And I might have to record little pieces of that, at least for you. But I just want you to know that it's really easy to start out with the idea of looking ahead, and you're going to a party and you know there's going to be all kinds of food, from the dips and the cheeses and the crackers and the chips to the beautiful spread of the dinner, but also all the desserts and all the cookies and everybody bringing so much stuff. Think ahead and plan it. Not that you're going to plan how you're going to eat, but you can tap and just picture it, and picture yourself enjoying the wholesomeness of the meals and tastes of all the little foods there are. A little bit of everything is okay. And if there's one thing you really like, have more. We're not setting out for judgment, especially self-judgment. We are treating ourselves because it is a holiday. And sometimes we will have a lot of emotional eating because this is an emotional time, especially with what's happening around the world in so many places, whether it's from storms, fires, floods, from blizzards, from war, from political upheaval, from mass destruction. There's so much. Stop, take a breath, do some tapping, and just say whatever's on your mind. Start with what you're worried about, and then be open. All you need to do is say, I'm just going to honor how I feel. I'm worried about eating too much right now. I'm just going to honor that because there's a lot of good stuff there. And I'm choosing to nurture myself, to give myself the love that I need, that I do not need to ask from anyone else. I will love myself. And here's something I've learned this past year. It's been around a while, but it's the idea of telling yourself, I love myself. It's a variation of Louise Hay's miracle mirror work, where you look in the mirror every day. It's especially good to greet yourself that way in the morning and then again at night. And you look yourself in the eyes and you say, I love you. I love you. I love who you are. I love you. Look how far you've come. Look how much you've done. Look how much you've been through, right? I love you. So this one is to repeat over and over again throughout the day, as often as you can think of it. And I promise you, the more you do it, the more it'll pop into your head and you'll do it again. I love myself. I love myself. Because if I love myself, do I want to eat that? It's that simple, but it's so profound. And I have added another sentence to the I love myself. It's I love my life. And that's whether or not it's the ideal that I want and that I would love. I love my life. I love myself and I love my life. And I am open for more. I am ready for more love. I have a whole thing on that stuff too, but I just come back to this idea of M&M Stress Therapy menu. Today I choose to nurture myself, to give myself love. Self-love, self-care is beginning with food. M&M menu. Okay, I'll be back for more. Remember, I always want to share this. You are loved. I see your beauty. I see your light. Shine brightly.